bit of time talking about what's changed with the forecast here since yesterday. And we have had some changes that I do want to go over with you. I'm going to switch it over to the weather computer. I will get back to your questions in a moment, so bear with me. And the map is we've pulled back, thinking the heaviest snows will be in the mountains. A general 1 to 3, but even that trace to an inch, I might have to lift a little farther north, closer to like Manassas and Joint Base Andrews, most of Charles County, as the mixing potential down there is certainly higher than it was yesterday. And then Storm 2, the one coming Thursday night, that's going to focus more on areas to our south. So our weather headlines, we've got snow tonight, a general 1 to 3. There will be some mixing also in areas south of Washington. So that will keep some accumulations down. And then tomorrow night, round 2, that focus looks like it's going to be more south of D.C. Could be more Richmond or Fredericksburg south. And that's where we've got some advisories and watches. Let me show you what's going on. For first things first, we've got winter weather advisories, which start at 7 o'clock tonight for the D.C. Metro, Baltimore, Frederick, the Blue Ridge West. Those are in white, just west of Garrett County, the Canaan Valley. Those areas have winter storm warnings. You go south of town into southern Maryland, down toward Fredericksburg, Culpeper, just south of Warrenton. There's no advisories whatsoever for tonight, as it probably will be less than a slushy inch down there, and roads probably won't be too bad. Now, tomorrow night, though, everybody south in yellow, from Harrisonburg to Orange to Fredericksburg, Pax River, which is really St. Mary's County, let's just say, not so much Calvert and Charles, but St. Mary's County and the Northern Neck. Those are winter storm watches for the potential, and the Weather Service does that when we've got the potential to get 5 inches or more. Well, 4.5 rounds up to 5, but so that's where that is for them. For today, could see a late day shower, highs getting closer to that 40-degree mark, and then we will be looking at low 30s tonight with the snow, more on than off, especially from D.C. and points north, although even in the district, could we get some mixing? Sure. So the storm itself that we're watching is just starting to gather, and look how all the echoes of the snow and in Indiana, Ohio, Illinois, with that mixed bag of snow, freezing rain, and rain in Kentucky. There are actually ice storm warnings from around Little Rock across areas just in far southeastern Missouri, and most of Kentucky, actually, believe it or not, is under an ice storm warning. So the futurecast shows the timing. By 5 o'clock, some rain and snow showers moving in toward the area. So we'll be watching that. Yes, I just logged on myself to the WSA page. I'm going to be reading your comments in a moment. So we've got the snow tonight. By tomorrow morning, right, thinking like 6, 7 a.m., most of this is gone. So tomorrow looks pretty quiet during the day. And then as we go into tomorrow night, you'll notice the blue down south of us toward Interstate 64, right? Charlottesville, Richmond, Fredericksburg, Reedville, maybe like St. Mary's County. See it at 12:30? There's nothing in D.C., but as you go west of Frederick, we've got a little snow there into western Maryland and West Virginia. That sort of scoots north of town. Well, the main area of snow is south of us and pulling away from Charlottesville by 4 a.m. By 7:30, it's over. It's pulling away, and we're done until Saturday. So we will quiet down some, and I say until Saturday because I want to show you a couple of things. The snow potential, and this is different than my map, and just showing what the European raw model output is for tonight. You know, that's 3-4 inches in many areas, although Fredericksburg and south is like less than an inch. And then we add maybe another inch to that from round 2 with the heavier snow south of this map and in the mountains. Looking at the GFS, it has an inch tonight. That's it with the mix. With the heavier snows, like 3 to 5, 6 inches there, from Leesburg, Gaithersburg north to the Pennsylvania line and out in the mountains. And they get another couple inches or so tomorrow with more snow in the mountains and a little bit of snow down south with tomorrow's system. So round 2 doesn't look as snowy as round 1, and the mountains look to be the winners, but down south, still some question marks. Iciness doesn't look so bad. I mean, could be some freezing rain in the Shenandoah Valley, but in the lower part of the valley, look at the problem, though. This concerns me for the freezing rain potential for Saturday evening, Saturday night. Now, this is just the European model, just one model. But if that were to verify or even close, that's an ice storm. We will have problems with tree branches, power lines, etc. Half an inch of ice is bad. Quarter inch of ice or more starts causing problems. The areas north and west have less ice because the European model, and I'll try to show you some of that, the European model has more snow in those areas for Saturday night, more ice around the D.C. metro. So these are things that we are looking at. I'll show you a few more models because, you know, when you start to drill down, it does get semi-interesting. I want to show you the snow from the NAM model because that one is also more of a higher, finer resolution. So Tonight it has snow north of town, basically, with very little south, right? Again, Leesburg, Gaithersburg, more of a 2 to 4, although this tends to run a little wet. So you cut those numbers maybe down half, 2/3, where so much mix north, there's nothing, right? And then tomorrow, look what happens as we go through the day. Thursday, a little bit of snow. I think tomorrow's kind of a lull, but look at this Thursday night. From Stanton, Charlottesville, that area blue, how it expands as the next system passes to our south Thursday night into Friday morning with little additional snow in and around D.C. and points north. So the focus for storm number 2 has been moving more toward the south on Thursday night. And then we haven't even talked about storm number 3. There was something I thought I had it in this area here. Storm number 3. Oh yeah, I can show you this. Storm number 3, let's go back to the weather computer for a second. Because storm number 3, as we head in toward here Saturday, look at this. By Sunday morning, see all that pink around D.C. up to Philly, southern half of Pennsylvania, northern Virginia, eastern West Virginia. That's all freezing rain. Maybe a little sleet on the northern end, north of the Pennsylvania Turnpike, but that's mainly freezing rain overnight, and I'll back it up a little bit. It starts here. This would start, Saturday mid to late morning and have that iciness through Saturday afternoon and evening, ending overnight Saturday night, right? That would be bad. The GFS also, on its operational runs, we head into Saturday. Right, here we are Saturday at 9 a.m., some ice to the south, but some snow north and west. Some snow north and west Saturday with the iciness going down almost to Raleigh, North Carolina. And we stay icy Saturday at 11, 6 a.m. Sunday, some snow north, some ice south. And then that leaves. And then we go over to Tuesday, right? What would this be, storm number 4 in a week? So that's got more of this cold air damming on the mountains, snow in Ohio and Indiana, and more ice potentially for us, especially north and west on Tuesday. I will tell the European on Tuesday has mixed terrain. It's a warmer solution there. So there's a lot of very active pattern right now. So let's try to answer some of your questions. I know you've been posting comments. Let me get back to it. Got my phone here. I'm going to read them all for you. Is it going to be good by 1 p.m., a.m., and where? I need to know. East Central Indiana. How much are you getting there in Indiana? I don't know, because I haven't focused on Indiana. I focus on the Washington, D.C. region. But if you're in East Central Indiana, probably just a few inches. I think you're too far south for the main stuff. The snow starts in D.C. Well, there could be some showers later in the day. We may not see some snowfall here till 6, 8 p.m., sometime in that range. But I think it's over before daybreak for most of us. Hey, Ron, good to see you. Let's see. Loretta, I saw the cold front of light blue coming through here. Well, I don't think I had any fronts. Anything in blue coming through here was snow. We were looking at our depicted precipitation types. With the blue was the snow, the green, yellows were rains, and anything pink was icy, like freezing rain in the middle. Well, both storms hit the Martinsburg area. Rachel, storm number 1 will, storm number 2 may, but right now looks like the Thursday night event is more south of town. Hello, George. Just trying to, all right. Now I'm looking at comments, guys. So anything you see or want to know, I'll be happy to answer your questions at this time. Oh, by the way, I have about 10 minutes because I have some obligations on a Great Day Washington, which is on the air right now, coming up after about 9:18, 9:20. Latrice, you're welcome. How's it looking for school closures over the next 2 days? Sean, you're trying to ask me to forecast how administrators think. But sure, why not? I'll take a stab at it. Yes, only because around here, as you know, the fear factor is extremely high when it comes to a little bit of snow. So if there's any chance, there's usually at least a delay, if not a closure. I'll put it at that. And especially if we have ice at any point. So will school be closed tomorrow in Warrenton? I don't think so. Well, let me just say, they shouldn't, in my opinion, because I think there'll be enough of a lull during the day. We'll see how much Warrenton gets tonight and whether or not the roads. The problem in Fauquier County, if you're not familiar, if you're watching from outside of the region, VDOT, as I understand, plows the roads from the interstates to the neighborhoods in Virginia. So they could be on the interstates, but the back roads in Fauquier County might not see a plow for 2 or 3 days, given some bad scenarios and when we have some of our bigger storms. So some of those lesser traveled roads stay a mess for a lot longer than in other jurisdictions where you have state plows, county plows, town plows. That's just how it is in Virginia. So that's always a tough one to forecast. Hello, T. Good morning to you. Hey, Donald. Is this any different than what we had this past Sunday in the DMV? Every storm is different. I mean, this is a two-parter in a sense. And by the way, Sunday, I had like 3-4 inches at my place. I live in Upper Montgomery. There were some areas north of town that had a lot, so it just depended on where you were. This doesn't seem to be that extreme differences, but there will be mixing in tonight, especially south of town. And then Thursday night, the focus of the moisture now is shifting south. So some areas may not get any snow Thursday night now, which is a difference in what we were thinking yesterday. Frederick, right now I've got Frederick maybe 3-4 inches tonight with very little tomorrow night. I mean, probably less than an inch tomorrow night is the way it looks at the moment. Southern Maryland, Justin, I need to know where in Southern Maryland. Southern Maryland's 3 counties, Charles, St. Mary's, and Calvert. So guys, don't say Southern Maryland. If you want a specific answer, give me a town, and I will do my best to help you. But Southern Maryland's just a little bit vague for that answer because it could be anywhere from 0 to 5 inches. I mean, if Southern St. Mary's County gets in the warning, right? And I'm talking like Ridge, St. Inigos, Webster Field, down south of Lexington Park versus Mechanicsville. I mean, Mechanicsville could get a trace that could be 4 or 5 inches in Ridge. So thank you, Dorothy. Appreciate that. Woodbridge. I think Woodbridge is only seeing like a slushy inch tonight, and tomorrow night's a tough call. They may get an inch or 2, but it looks like the brunt of the heavy snow tomorrow night will be south of Woodbridge. So they may get only anywhere from a trace to 2 inches for the total. There could be some areas that don't get much at all. Georgia, it depends where and when. Tomorrow morning early, some of the roads won't be good, especially north and west. But if the snow is pulling out and ending like by 7 o'clock, like I'm thinking, then during the day tomorrow, I don't think the roads will be bad. And then tomorrow night, depending on where the snow falls, right now it looks south, then we'll have more bad roads again there, south of town. No snow on Friday, but Tuesday looks like a big snowstorm. Well, Edwin, it depends what you're looking at, because I've seen Tuesday, if you look at the European model, looks like snow to mix to rain. So it could be a big snow north and west of here, maybe Ohio, maybe western PA, West Virginia, but to me it looked like snow to mix to rain on Tuesday. The GFS has much more snow if it stays colder, but I think Tuesday's still a little bit up in the air. Again, CC, I don't know where in Prince George's County you're talking about. Big differences from north to southern part of the county. Odenton might get 2-3 inches, while Clinton, Brandywine might get less than an inch. So again, Loudoun County, I'll say this, Loudoun County's in the general 1 to 3, maybe somebody up toward Hillsborough. Percival gets closer to 4, and that would mostly be for tonight. Could be probably less than an inch additional tomorrow night. Well, JC, I wouldn't say our weather's not predictable, or else I wouldn't be doing what I do. I appreciate your perspective, but I don't think that's totally the case there. What's going to happen in Hughesville? Hughesville will probably be mostly mix. I would say less than a slushy inch, maybe very little tonight. Tomorrow night, Hughesville might be in that like no man's land where they're too warm from tonight's storm and then too far north from Thursday night's storm. So Hughesville may end up with less than an inch overall from both in that. Washington County looks messy. 3-4, outside chance of 5 inches, depending on whether you're toward Hancock or on the east side of the county. But it looks messy. And there may not be that much more Thursday night in Washington County. The northern neck, don't expect anything tonight, and we'll see. They could get 3 to 5 inches potentially Thursday night if it all works out for them. Fredericksburg, same as the northern neck, as I just said. Very little tonight. Although Fredericksburg might be just a hair north. Maybe that'd be more like 1 to 3, 2 to 4 tomorrow night. Will there be snow in Prince George's County Friday afternoon? No, it should be over Friday morning. So that's an easy one. King George County, when, where, when? Tonight, nothing. Thursday night, King George could be looking at several inches of snow. Laurel tonight, probably an inch or 2. I think there might be a little mix there. In Laurel, outside chance of 3, and potentially very little Friday night. Colonial Beach is also on the very little tonight and might be too far north tomorrow, but if Colonial Beach gets snow tomorrow night, could be like 1 to 3 is what I'm thinking at the moment. Bowie also in that general, inch or 2 tonight, and maybe less than that tomorrow night, the way it looks. Ellicott City, you guys are a little colder, a little snowier, but you're still like 1 to 3, 2 to 4 tonight, if anything, Thursday night. Culpeper Culpeper right now has no advisories or watches. You're in that little no man's land with Southern Fauquier, Stafford, Charles, and Calvert, where there are no advisories or watches out for tonight or tomorrow night at this point. That doesn't mean you won't get a little snow, and maybe you'll be in an advisory tomorrow night, but very little, less than an inch probably tonight of a mixed slush bag, and you might get an inch or two if you're lucky tomorrow night the way it looks at the moment. What do you think Loudoun will get? It just depends. Eastern Loudoun could be 1 to 3, maybe we're 2 to 4, outside chance of 5 for the storm up in the northwest part of the county, like Hillsborough, those areas, Percival. Allegheny Mountains, Pennsylvania. Hello, Pennsylvania. What is that, out towards Seven Springs? Cumberland, Maryland. I have you guys borderline 5-8 inches, depends on just how well things go tonight. I think tonight's your better chance of getting snow than tomorrow night, but in Cumberland, LaVale, those areas, versus Frostburg. Frostburg's, 1,500 feet higher, 2,000 feet higher, so huge differences in the western part of Allegheny versus over toward just west of Sidling Hill. Front Royal, I think I had you guys on the borderline 1 to 3, 3 to 5. Falling Waters, probably 3 or 4, outside chance of 5 there. Andrews, hi Cece, very good. Thank you for giving me something specific. I think Andrews is probably in that inch, maybe 2 tonight, and could be an inch, maybe 2 tomorrow night. So very manageable for Andrews. There may be just wet roads tonight too, as if it's going to be like 32, 33, 34. It might be more grass, mulchy areas, but the roads, especially with some salt on them, will be fine. It's 9:17. I got about 1 or 2 more minutes. Why do I keep saying Tuesday? If I keep saying Tuesday, I'm sorry. I meant Wednesday or Thursday. That's my mistake. Sorry, Mary Jane. Been working a lot, so I may have misspoken. Martinsburg snow totals. Tonight, looking at 3 or 4 inches, maybe 5, and very little, I think, additional on Thursday night. The Northern Neck, nothing tonight, possibly 3 to 5 tomorrow night. Outside chance more, but that's what I'm thinking. Hey, Jack, in Gaithersburg, I've got Gaithersburg in the 1 to 3, outside chance of 4 tonight, and probably less than an inch tomorrow night. Bowie, a little bit less than that. Swan Point, nothing tonight. Just maybe some wet snow mixing in. I would expect nothing to stick tonight in Swan Point. Tomorrow night, you might get an inch, outside chance of 3 if everything works out. So, all right, guys, I have, and you know what? Yeah, yesterday I thought we were going to get more snow. These numbers that I'm talking about certainly have pulled back, but I have to go. I have some obligations coming up on TV on Great Day of Washington. And I know I didn't get to all your questions. I apologize for that. There's only so much I can do given in so much time. But bottom line, we have Storm 1 coming tonight. If you're south of D.C., it likely mixes in with some rain. And let me just show you the map I drew for tonight before we go, since that'd be a good one. I think that'd be a good one to close on. Let me go back here. So this is what I'm thinking. This is really mainly for tonight. Even though it says through 7 p.m., we sort of broke the storm into 2 parts. A general 1 to 3 with a 3 to 5 in the light blue and 5+ when you head to the mountains. And could somebody in Frederick or Martinsburg or somebody that get a 4 or 5? Yeah, even in the 1 to 3, if Upper Montgomery, Western Loudoun, Northern Loudoun, got to 4, it's not out of the potential. But whether you get 3 or 4, the impact is going to be the same. Most of this is over by 7 a.m. Tomorrow night's storm, the focus has been more south. That's why the Weather Service put out a winter weather advisory for tonight for all those areas. But the winter storm watch tomorrow is down to the south. So these are the 2 pieces of the storm we're dealing with. All right, I need to get going on back to my TV obligations. I just want to thank everybody for stopping by. Hey, if you can, if you don't, please give me a like or follow on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And have yourself a great Wednesday. We will talk to you again. Thanks.